Good morning, everybody. This is April at the Resellers Learning Curve, and today is Wednesday, June the 20th. I think it's the 20th. I know it's weird. I never know the date, but I don't have to figure that out until I get to my desk usually, so I don't know it. Yeah, today's Wednesday, June the 20th, and I wanted to make this video, number one, to check in with folks to see how the listing challenge is going for this week. So if you remember correctly, last Friday I gave an update on my listing challenge, what I had accomplished as far as our goal that I set out, and I also challenged you guys to list 30 out of season items. I'm going to admit to start that I did nothing all weekend, which put me behind instantly. I did nothing all weekend except for I spent too many hours at an estate sale because I was just having fun with the digging part of it. I was enjoying the dig. So I think I spent 5 hours between Saturday and Sunday. I spent 5 hours at one estate sale, and I didn't get like lots of awesome things, but I'll talk about that in a second. So I didn't get any work done this weekend, and quite frankly, I don't think I honestly started getting items listed until yesterday, but I'm halfway there. I have 15 items listed. Most of them are what I would consider to be out of season items. And some of them are just items that were right in front of me, and so I got them listed. Last night, I was working on listings, and I was thinking I'm going to go to my workroom and pull some sweaters to list. But then I realized in my personal bedroom, I have an incredible, enormous amount of work things. So one of the things that I'm trying to focus on is keeping my spaces separate. As such, I decided to list some of the things that were just hanging around my bedroom because they were hanging around my bedroom. So I started that. I listed some shoes, I listed some collectible type items, definitely listed some out of season clothing items. One of them has sold already. I listed an LL Bean cotton, 100% cotton. It was like a chore coat, a barn coat, whatever you want to call it. It had like toggle metal closures. It was really nice, but I noticed flaws on the coat as I was listing it. As such, I wasn't able to price it as high as I wanted to, but I priced it clearly where it should have been priced because it sold overnight, and that made me very, very happy to pack that up to ship this morning because it wasn't even in my unit. It was still in my living room, and I love when that happens. I love when I sell items right away and I don't even have to bother with storing them. And that's especially awesome when you're doing a listing challenge and you're focusing on out of season items, and you list a coat on June the 19th and the coat sells on June the 20th because it sold overnight at some early morning hour. So that's super, super awesome. So I have 15 more items, and I have about 48 hours to get that done. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm really going to try to get that done today. And here's the reason. And this is another reason that I wanted to make this video. Right now, I have an empty house. It's just me. It's just me in my house. Both my kids is gone. They on summer vacation. As such, I need to clean my house. I need to organize. I need to purge old clothing, my son's clothing, my daughter's clothing, my clothing. I need to throw things out that are broken or don't work or just need to be thrown out. I have a lot of stuff that I need to do, and I only have a few days to get that done because my son will be home at the end of the week. So I am going to do what I can to get the listing challenge done as quickly as possible so that I can kind of shift my focus and get my house where I need it to be, which is, like I said, brings me to a point of this video. Get it while the getting is good. Have you guys ever heard that phrase when people say get it while the getting is good? It's kind of akin to strike while the iron's hot, or smoke them while you got them. Or smoke them if you got them. Yeah, it's kind of along those lines, in the same vein. So get it while the getting is good. The reason that I wanted to talk about this phrase is because it occurred to me, I want to say 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I went into Goodwill in the evening. It was after I got off work. I don't think it was even my first stop of the day. I stumble into Goodwill. It's late. I know when I get there late that there are literally people that hang out all day, every day. That's what they do. They wake up in the morning, they take their shower, they get dressed, they headed to Goodwill, and they're about to be there. Like take a lunch break and come back, be there. So I get there late, and I'm never really expecting much when I am visiting a store that late in the day, unless there's like some racks or carts or something that hasn't been put out yet. Well, when I walk in, the store that I went into is doing this thing now where instead of hoarding all the shoes in the back, which they did for a very long time, they're putting them in carts, they're pushing them to the shoe section, and even if they don't have any room on the shelves, there's carts of shoes. So I'm going through the carts of shoes, and it's lit. It's big lit. I'm talking Ferragamos, men's Ferragamos, Bruno Magli's, Allen Edmonds, Cole Haan. It's lit. Do you hear what I'm saying? So I'm annoyed because it's one of those days where I go out and I want to look, because anxiety wise, it keeps me calm to know that I looked and there was nothing there, so I don't feel like I'm missing anything. But I didn't want to buy anything. I really did not want to buy anything that day. But when you see things like this, when opportunities are right in front of you, when things fall into your lap, you have to get it while the getting is good. That is a point that I wanted to make to you guys, because I know for me, the summer, every single year, without fail, not only can sales slow down. I'm not saying that mine have, although they did this month. They were great the first, I would say in the spring, they were great. But now that we're actually into summer, I'm like, not that this is a problem that you absolutely will have, but you can have slower sales in the summer. But what I've found that's even worse is that the thrift stores, they dry up. The thrift stores get super dry in the summer. And the sourcing is just not what it is. And say like January, after people donate all of their items, like winter is a great time for shopping at thrift stores. The summer, not so much. So that's why I wanted to throw that out there for you guys. Get it while the getting is good. And kind of on a tangent but related is stay in your lane. What do I mean by stay in your lane? This is a phrase that has been said for many years, but now it's kind of popularized. And staying in your lane means doing you. As it relates to reselling, I think staying in your lane is critically important, because there are things that people are going to do that you're going to think you can go out and replicate them, and honestly, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. I know for certain the best way to have success as a reseller is doing it the way you want to do it. Doing it in a way that you enjoy it. Doing it in a way that makes you stay in love with it. That's the way you win at reselling. Otherwise, you get burnt out. There's no longevity in it if you're not really enjoying it. I believe that. And the best way to enjoy it, I think, is to stay in your lane. The entire time that I've done this, I've done it the way that I wanted to do it. I've done it on my own terms. I cannot tell you the number of times I have purchased something, sourced something, sold something even, and people have been like, what? That's insane. And the one thing that I can say for certain is that I've remained very true to what feels right for me. When I gave a guy cash for 30 printers, that felt right to me. When I gave someone $1,000 cash deal, not a check, not a money order, not a wire transfer, cash for 100 cases of VHS tapes, that felt like doing me. It felt like doing me. And I'm gonna tell y'all, every single time I've done me, I win. Every single time without fail. When I do me, I win. When I try to do what somebody else is doing, that's not for me. That's not for me. But when I do me, I win every time. So that's why I wanted to also mention stay in your lane. The one way that I struggle with staying in my lane, admittedly, is Sometimes I'll walk into a Goodwill store and typically the entrance is right by the registers, and I want to look at what other people are checking out, like what they buying. And then I feel some kind of way. If I feel like they got something that I may have wanted, I start feeling some kind of way. And so what I've done to combat that is I stopped looking at people's stuff. When I walk in the store, I start looking at people's stuff. I'll look and then I'll say to myself, and I'll just turn the other way, because you know what, looking at their stuff is not staying in my lane, and I don't win when I don't stay in my lane. So that's what I wanted to tell you guys today is, in addition to providing your updates, let me know how your listing challenge is going. What do you think about the staying in your lane notion, as well as the get it while the getting is good notion? On that note, I hope you guys have an awesome Wednesday. I hope I have an awesome Wednesday. I hope I find something awesome out in these streets, and I will talk to you guys soon, most likely Friday. Have a good one. Bye.